Hey there, happy Friday, Dr. Sabrina. Again, I know you're seeing a lot of me today. Today, I wanted to bring you a quick tip on how you can add value for your top clients. So, this is an area that is it's so much fun for me to work with our clients in our Better Business, Better Life program on because it's fun when we get to really focus in our businesses on our top clients and become more and more aware of what they really value and what we're delivering for them. And then think about, well, how can we do more of that? And when we do more of that, it makes us more and more valuable to our top clients. And it moves us away from being a commodity where we are feeling like we're under price pressure. And the worst place you can be in a small business is to feel pressure to lower your prices to increase business because that's a losing game. You can't be profitable. And you need to be able to charge appropriately in your business so that you can grow and you can hire. So we're coming up to the end of the year, and this is the time where we start talking about strategic planning and growth. And if you're in a place in your business where you can't hire A players, you can't afford to hire A players, or you aren't paying yourself appropriately, part of your strategic planning really needs to be looking at, well, how can you create more margin in your business so that you can grow and you can hire team members and you can afford to expand. And this is an area where so many business owners really, really struggle. So this quick tip that I'm going to bring you it's going to open your eyes to what's possible. So here's what I want you to think about. When you're in a conversation with a top client, this is somebody who's done repeated business with you. They're easy to do business with. They're enjoyable. They send referrals your way. Those are some of the ingredients in a top client. There's other ingredients, but those are some of the basic ones. Ask them the net promoter score question. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to refer your friends and family or your colleagues to us? And get their rating, and then ask the follow-up question of what's the reason for the rating that you gave? There's so much insight that will come from this conversation with your top clients. So, number one, I know you're probably thinking, oh, I'm kind of scared to ask that question, Dr. Sabrina, because what if they give me like a 2? Then what do I do with that? Well, that's really important information because there's, probably some things that you need to correct. It's not likely that they're going to give you a 2 because these are your top clients. They're referring people to you. So clearly they're happy with you, or they've done repeat business with you. So don't be afraid. One of the best things that you can do to improve your relationships with your top clients is to let them know you value their input. So just you asking this question is going to deepen the relationship with your top clients. But the real value comes in the follow-up. So if they're giving you a 9 or 10, they're promoters. They're very happy with what's going on in the business. 7s and 8s are passives. That means they're not really happy and they're not fully disappointed. They're just kind of like, yeah, things are okay. But they're probably not actively out there referring people to you. And you need to know about that, especially if they've referred people to you in the past. You need to figure out what's going on. And then sixes and belows are your detractors. They're the ones who are out there like negatively spreading information about you. It's not likely that you're going to get a 6 from a top client. More likely you're going to get an 8 to a 10, maybe a 7. So when they give you a 9 or 10, and then you ask, well, what's the reason for the rating? This is where I want you to really listen to what they have to say, because they're going to tell you what they're paying attention to, because you're doing all kinds of things for them. But they're going to tell you what they're paying attention to. And whatever those things are that they tell you, that's where you want to look at, well, how can I systematize this in the business to make sure that that's a consistent experience that they have with us? So if it's like one person who's always really nice to them and supports them and helps them, you want to make sure that everyone on the team interacts in the same way with your clients and customers. That's just one example. So you want to systematize the things that you're doing right. And if they give you a vague response like, oh, it's great customer service, dig in, find out, well, tell me more specifically about what we're doing on the customer service side that really stands out to you. Okay. So there's that information. And then if they're giving you a 7 or 8, that means that you thought they were a top client, but they were at one point and now they've become more passive, or you thought they were top client and they were never a top client because they're not all that happy with what you're doing for them. So find out what it is. And there's so much information in those 7s and 8s to find out how you can improve. And so when you improve it for somebody who gives you a 7 or 8 rating, you're improving it for all of your top clients, and you're going to do it across the board. So that's really valuable information. And again, if they give you a vague response like, I just don't feel very happy with some of the results I'm getting. Well, dig in, find out what specific results were you expecting? What results did you get? What could we do differently, essentially, is where you want to go with this and get their ideas. And the value in doing this is that it's not the information from one client that you want to run with. You always want to try to fix, if there's anything that needs to be fixed for that client, yes, you want to fix that for that client. But before you start implementing it across the board, you want to have these conversations with multiple top clients. And it's the pattern of their responses that you want to pay attention to. So one of the things I want you to know is I did a very deep dive on this on the latest Profit by Design podcast episode. It's episode 216. So be sure to check that out if you want to hear more of a deep dive on this. And I want to invite you to join me in the last jumpstart of the year. This is our last Better Business, Better Life jumpstart of the year. It's coming up very soon. I want you to join me, get signed up. It's free. There's no charge. It's a 5-day workshop. You meet with us on the Tap the Potential team in a group setting over Zoom for the course of 5 days, and I'm teaching you the Tap the Potential solution. What I'm talking about here in terms of adding value for your top clients, I am going to show you how you can 10x, 100x the value that you're delivering for your top clients through questions like these. And I'll be talking about that during the jump start. So the best thing you could do for yourself is go have some of these conversations with your top clients, sign up for the jumpstart, and come in and bring into the jumpstart what you're hearing from your top clients. And I'll teach you how to use that information to add more value so that you can increase the revenue and be more profitable in 2024. So get signed up for the jumpstart, tapthepotential.com/jumpstart. I'll see you over there. And I can't wait to hear what you're learning from your top clients. This is going to be a great discussion. Bye for now.